something definitely doesn't feel right about Bushiri's sudden confession, especially when it comes to Shadrack Sibiya. Listen, Shadrack Sibiya, thus far, with all the revelations that are coming out in the Madlaga Commission of Inquiry, has created a pattern. And I think somewhere, somehow, there are people who are now hell bent on making Shadrack Sibiya the fall guy. Yeah, I did say before that there is definitely going to be a fall guy for a whole lot of bunch of people that do not want to go to jail. And for some reason, I think there are some threats that may have been, you know, probably subtly put to Shadrack Sibiya that you dare open your mouth, type of situation. But now they are going as far as Malawi, going to Bushiri and say, well, listen, because you were in South Africa running a business that we're not quite sure if the businesses were registered and if you was paying any taxes to our country, because I even heard him throw in 70 million rand. I'm thinking, you run a church, but you have 70 million rand to. There's a lot that was being unpacked in my head when Bushiri was talking about whatever it is that he was saying, because I think I have digested what he was saying. I digested what he was saying. I do believe that at some point, this is now according to the revelations that we are hearing in the Madlaga Commission of Inquiry, particularly with what was said by Witness C, that when Kat Makala was confessing, or I don't know what he was doing, I guess he was exposing and implicating Sansom Tune as well as Shadrack Sibiya, but he was mostly on Shadrack Sibiya saying that he's a criminal, a big criminal. This is Kat Makala telling Witness C, B, and A that Shadrack Sibiya is a criminal who loves money. He loves money. Now, when not Shadrack Sibiya, okay, I'm going to mix people's names. Just know who I'm talking about in this script, okay? When Bushiri said in 2016, now this is where I was like, okay, I see, let's be safe. Let's be safe and make it as far back as about 8 years ago, not something that happened recently. Like in 2016, Shadrack Sibiya was just reinstated in 2015, or was he, when was he suspended? Oh no, he was already suspended in 2015 and he was reinstated in 2020. And now the question I'm asking myself then, how is it possible that in 2016, Shadrack Sibiya, I think even Shadrack Sibiya is going to be questioning these things because him and proof and him and defending himself. He's going to be like, I was not even in the police during this time. So what is he talking about? Because he's talking about a protection fee of 12 million rand. 12 million rand. But now Shadrack Sibiya is already suspended, actually fired in 2015, and then this is happening in 2016. And in my head, I'm like, okay, let's math this stuff out because it's not mathing to me. Unless Shadrack Sibiya was impersonating himself to be a police officer, particularly in the Hawks, and that he was extorting money out of foreign nationals who have businesses in South Africa illegally. Because I think here, for a South African police, basically to get protection fee from a foreign national, it is because the police know that that foreign national is running illegal business in South Africa. Whether you're running a church or you're running an insurance company or you're running a bank, as long as you know very well that this business is not registered, this business is not paying taxes, this business is not known to the government, to the South African government, and therefore they come in with blackmail, and the blackmail comes in a form of extortion. And because the Sibiyas allegedly probably knew already that Bushiri had millions, if not tens of millions of rands to his name, hence he was talking about the private jets that he had bought. I mean, I guess if you are illegally in South Africa and you're running illegal businesses and then you buy a jet and you show it off, of course you are drawing attention to yourself. And as you draw attention to yourself and then they dig into your legality, or the legal status of your stay in South Africa, gives birth to extortion if you are illegally in South Africa. I even heard him say something like he is a law-abiding citizen. I don't know if it means law-abiding citizen in South Africa or law-abiding citizen of Malawi, but he had papers to run businesses and a church in South Africa. I don't know. However, where he also uh, that even though he did not mention the name, he said he is a shareholder in another South African. And I'm telling you, it's a politician that he did not want to mention. And I think that's the politician that wants to shift all of this to Shadrack Sibiya, so none of it comes to them. Who is that Forex politician that was partnering up with Bushiri? That's why I keep saying, guys, for me, the Katie Mulife, even though he's showing off as the you know the big boss, I don't think he is. I still don't think that Katie Mulife is the big boss in the Big Five. I just think he's an ice boy. I think he's an ice boy, and because I mean every what do you call top leadership needs to have their lieutenants, and I think Katie Mulife is one of the lieutenants of whoever is on top, and they report to the person on top, and because he's known to be ruthless when it comes to whistleblowers or anybody that jeopardizes the business of the Big Five, they get brutally eliminated, like your Babitas. Of course, we know that is attributed to Kat Makala. And I think Kat Makala, if you are hearing the witnesses, they are saying that when it comes to Katie Mulife, it's more brutal versus when it is Kat Makala who sends Inkabi. It's a little bit more like a warning shot type of situation, even though the purpose is to unalive you. Look at Tebuko Tobejane, for example. Both Tebuko Tobejane and her friend, they survived, even though the friend is now a paraplegic. Is that the correct? I'm sorry. Now she lives with disabilities. Let's put it that way. And so with him is more. And remember, I said, "Oh my goodness, I hope Witness C is not describing a cancer." Turns out that Kat McCall is actually a Scorpio. Scorpio is with under the same sign as Cancer, which is a water sign. So there's definitely some like, oh no, let's not do it too bad because they don't want to feel bad. But also with everything that is happening and him confessing or telling witness C, B, and A, all these things, typical stuff that a water sign would do because the guilt. And I was hoping you say something about Jerry Poshoka, even though I kind of like lost my concern because myself, I'm asking myself a question: who has he also unalived before? And what family out there or families out there that are still seeking for justice because he might be involved? I'm not saying he was ever involved, but because of Ken Makala opening his mouth, you have to ask. You have to ask honestly. And this is where the empathy and the sympathy just takes off through the window for me. But let's come back to Bushiri. I think Bushiri is telling half truths here, and then I think this half truth that he's telling it's because somebody in South Africa in a powerful position said implicate Shadrack Sibiya. That is our fall guy. That's the guy we chose. That is going to go down. And then I believe that a Tabo Bester at some point as well will come out, and guess who he will point out? Shadrack Sibiya as the person who was assisting him in going in and out of the Mangaung Correctional, the maximum prison, even though there are reports that he was actually assisted by the G4S management to go in and out of that prison. But now, who is friends with the management of G4S that is a politician or in the correctional service circle or in the security cluster as a whole? All these questions they are running across my mind, and if I'm all over the place, that's because I'm trying to put everything into perspective. But it's so mixed masala, and I'm like, whoo, this is a headache that I am going through this Sunday because I did not want to post a video today, but yeah, I am because I'm trying to make such my two IQs. They are trying to give birth to a third IQ for assistance that we don't think we can do this anymore by ourselves. And so they're busy doing their thing to give birth to the third IQ here. And I'm like, please do something because it's too much. Oh, South Africa is not real. South Africa is not real. So I think definitely he is the fall guy. And now we might actually hear from Thabo Bester. And because we also did, I don't know if you guys remembered, I still do, that Dr. Nadia Makutumana threw in a little, some confettis, and then she kind of withdrew a little bit. Remember the letter that she wrote, and then she talked about big people. You remember that? And those people were politicians, and then that letter kind of like disappeared. You can Google the letter and find and look at it. It was saying something. It's just that we were still in the dark as to what she was saying. Those are the people that do not want to go under. They want a fallout guy. They already found the two fallout guys to blind us with and I still don't think they are the big fish. Katie Mulife and Kat Matala are not the big fish. These are lieutenants. I'm telling you, these are lieutenants. They're not even generals in the big five. I don't believe that. That is why I don't like talking much about them because they are not what South Africa is looking for. Who are the powerful politicians? Those are the big fish. Those are the people that hold the power. And that is the big five. I'm telling you, that's the big five. But I feel like more is going to be revealed and more people will be coming out of the woodworks, just like Bushiri, that are going to tell half truths. And there will be a common denominator here who is the fallout guy, and that is Shadrack Sibiya. And Shadrack Sibiya is going under simply because, yeah, he's too careless. He thinks by not having paper trails, that is going to exonerate him. No, the pattern is way too strong. Even if he goes to court and they say he is convicted out of circumstantial evidence, it will be justifiable, in my opinion. Justifiable. But you can also do that through a lifestyle audit and follow that money trail, whether it does have wiring or no wiring, you can still follow the money. That's why they always say follow the money and it will lead you straight to the source. Anyways, guys, it's a lot. The more I come up with stuff that I am thinking is happening for real, real, I'll be right here in your face and let's make sense of it together. Let's make sense of it together. It's a lot. So officially, Shadrack Sibiya is the fallen guy. Now, what would Shadrack Sibiya do? Are you going to go down alone, or are you going to drag the entire cartel with you and other cartels that you know, simply because you were in a privileged position to know who's who in the zoo? And if I were you, because I'm telling you, Kat Matala is going to become the state star witness. I am telling you, he's going to want a minimal sentence by telling the truth and ratting out everybody. And then Shadrack Sibiya will be that common denominator. He will definitely be. And I also see as well the former National Police Commissioner Sitole. He's another fallout guy. He's the one, these are small fish guys who are them politicians. And if I were these guys that are being exposed, I'm going down alone. I would not go down alone. And please, Mr. Shadrack Sibiya, stay away from skyscrapers. No holding of meetings in skyscrapers, no taking holidays where there are skyscrapers. Just don't also drive through the freeway type of situation. Yeah. Anyways, guys, I'll leave this video right here. Please don't leave without liking.